What's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep gang. It's your boy Town Biz. So I'm having a little bit of fun today. So it's Sunday. Just I'm just chilling. Relaxing today. So I'm probably not gonna go anywhere. But I'm probably gonna maintain around the house. But nevertheless, I thought I would do a video. I tried to do a live. I was a little sleepy, so I apologize, you guys. But I'm up now. So I thought I would have a little fun with this situation. And first of all, if some of you women are threatening Klay Thompson and wishing harm on him, um, really, really, okay. And it just further demonstrates the double standard with women and how they love to play victim and all this kind of stuff. But here it is. Once again, you got certain artists making videos and posting them on social media talking about that they proudly used to drug and rob men and that they would do it again and all that kind of stuff, but there was no outcry. But I just find that ironic. It's always double standards pertaining to this situation. um but it's funny. It ain't that serious to be wishing death and threatening somebody because a relationship doesn't work out. Like, for real, shit happens. But the funny thing is with Megan Thee Stallion, a lot of people don't like her, and it is what it is. From just just a barrage of things, just mountains of things that she's done or been tied to. Allegedly she got a history of backdooring her friends and stuff. And being the side piece. And then look at her raps. All she talk about is she is savage and make records about selling pussy and how she used men for money and all that kind of stuff. Well, and even dick. Well, look like she got used for her pussy, her used up pussy. Um, I guess the WAP ain't that good. I guess the WAP wasn't good enough to keep Klay Thompson. I guess it wasn't good enough to keep him honest. At the end of the day, WAP that got miles on it ain't gonna keep no nigga. And if that's your only means and your only way you think that you can secure a dude, uh, you sadly mistaken. You in deep trouble. For real. I'm just keeping it 100. It take more than puss to, keep a man at float or keep a man wanting to stay with you. When we try to tell some of you silly hoes that peace means a lot to a man, and you just get tone deaf when men try to explain to you what a man needs and what it doesn't take much. It really doesn't